What's up, Digidestins? This is Kyle D, better known as RideMyAvatar, and today we got Japanese Tuesday. But also, just doing a friendly reminder, I'm going to do this for every video for the rest of June. Any excess money I make after the point that I need to pay my bills with, I'm going to donate to Men's Mental Health company here that is on one of my posts. That down there is going to help give guys a chance to vent, get them the necessities they need to be able to get the emotional help that they need. June gets overlooked so much on that, and I know that June becomes the LBTQ, but it's also men's mental health, and I think we should be sharing equally here. So I'm going to make that step here, and a pledge and a promise that any donations, any memberships, any subs on Twitch while I'm live streaming, if you guys want, dump money in there, like just throw a sub, and all that money is going to go straight into the benefit for men's health. So guys, hopefully we can get right into this video, shall we? So for the second week of June, this is getting into EX6 territory. No, EX7 territory. Let's take a look. Ancient Garurumon at 3, 7 Great Demon Lords got 3+. Red Hybrid got 3 new wins. Blue Armor Body, Green, Blue Imperial Digimon got 2. Gabu got 2. Nature Spirits got 2. Mirage Galga got 2. The Vortex deck got 2. Nume got 2. SOC got 2. Heaven and Earth Dragon got 2. So we got plenty of 2s and stuff like that, and then a bunch of 1-ofs, Leviat, All Force, Sylphie, Terrier, Lugamon, Birds, and Beast, which is just, you know what it is. It is Phoenixmon. 3 Musketeers, Yellow Armor, Legend Arms, Blue Hybrid, Insects, Omegamon Control, Maste, Mr. and Mrs. Moon, which is just Sun and Moon, Setcon. Then you have Black SOC, Yellow Vaccine, GG, and the Duffmon. So Duffmon is Leopard. So taking that into account, let's take a look at some of the decks that have done well. So first off, this deck has started to show up its nasty head, actually. And I really like the concept and the idea behind it. So if we take a look at it, it's using the Lugamon package with the AGs, because, you know, you get Cracker Fane for the Mind Link, and then you have AG, who's Alliance and Blocker, both of them are. And as long as they're SOC or Dark Animals, which this whole deck is themed around that. So you take advantage of like Lugamon here, who's going to be able to, by trashing 1 card in your hand, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 3000 DP or less. If it is a Tamer card with SOC and its traits, Digimon Digivolve traits in this Digi-Evolutions cards, draw a card. So it kind of cycles itself back, but gets rid of annoying little unique preventatives like Pillowmons and stuff like that for its attacking skill. Then you have Lugamon itself that's going to gain a memory by putting the AG underneath, and it just cycles them back in. And then kind of what happens here is that the deck centralizes of the undead and the SOC traits, have reboot and does some crazy shenanigans, but all turns trash when one of your Digimon with Dorugamon would be deleted by digivolving that Digimon into this card in your trash without paying its cost, prevent that deletion. And then when Digivolving, trash 1 card in hand, then draw a card. If Dorugamon is in Digi-Evolution, or if you Digivolve from trash, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with a play cost 4 or less instead. Just good control, great removal, especially because like Numemon wants to spit out whiteboards. This starts answering that threat assumption very quickly. Then you have like Dex Daruga, that is another protection skill. But when Digivolving, trash 1 card in hand, then draw a card if Doru Gray is in its Digi-Evolutions, or in the Digi-Evolution, you Digivolving from trash, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with play cost 6 or less instead. And then in attack, you may choose one of your Digimon, delete that chosen Digimon, and one of your opponent's Digimon with a level equal to or lower than that chosen Digimon. Not a bad trade-off, just because that popping skill is really useful. Then you have Dex Daruga itself, another preventative keeping your Digimon on board. When Digivolving, Digivolve 3 of one of your opponent's Digimon. Then if you have Darugamon in its Digivolution cards, or if you Digivolve from Trash, delete all your opponent's Digimon at the lowest level. Good board clear, good answering threats. Then all turns when this Digimon is deleted, you may... When another Digimon is deleted, you may unsuspend this Digimon. There is no collision with him, which is fine, but it's really kind of cool how it gives you another sense of control and protection that the deck kind of needed. Yeah, the collision forces blockers, and you have ways of piercing through and dealing some extra damage, but you know, you want to get rid of threats as soon as possible, and being able to control the board is really good. You know, that alliance really does help out to apply pressure and you get over the big threat, and usually that's Magna X. And then we have Magna X itself. As you can see, nothing too crazy out of the ordinary here. We'll talk about this right here, the promo, and what it kind of is doing here. So the new card in the deck is Flamedramon. It's got Armor Purge and Raid, but your turn when the Digimon attack target is switched, your opponent adds the top card of their security stack to the hand. This card gave the Vmon deck, the blue version, everything it needed, because being able to raid into something, even if you don't completely trade, by trashing their security stack, that means your Magna now activates for free, and that is just annoying as can be. Then you have like cards like Final Zubergun Punch will give your Digimon an extra 3000 DP. Use it block or reboot an extra security attack just to deal some extra damage in. And then Breath of the Gods to make it so they can't have their DP reduced or be returned to its owner's hand or deck. So if you know what your opponent's kind of doing, you kind of can prevent them from, you know, minusing your DP too early. So being able to make it so your DP threshold doesn't go away, really solid. I think before, it's really just in there just in case that you know your opponent's playing heavy options that just can minus the DP on the flip of the security. Just keeping yourself protected is huge. Then we have Red Hybrid, because Red Hybrid's actually doing really well because it's just gained Impmon really out of the stuff. It kind of just uses Impmon, and we'll talk about that a little bit here. So the deck kind of has its, you know, Digicross for coming in for 6. It's got a security attack on play when Digivolving, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with as much or less DP than this Digimon, and then on deletion return one Tamer, one Digimon with hybrid trait from your trash to your hand. Then you may play one Tamer from your hand without paying its cost. You know, the Impmon here is your turn when this Digimon would Digivolve into a card with Dark Dragon or Evil Dragon, reduce the Digivolution cost by 1. I'm guessing because of Burning Greymon's Dark Dragon effect that makes it reduced there. You know, that's vitally sometimes important just because of that raid can help out, but becoming a 2-cost evolve on your rookie is decent. When attacking, you may Digivolve into a Digimon card with hybrid and straight from your hand with a Digivolution cost reduced by 1. You have Yaman here, so if this Digimon has Wizard or Demon Lord trait, trash the top 2 cards of your deck. So it combos in with the Aguni here as being your Wizard. And, you know, when Digivolving, if you have Burning Greymon as Digivolution, or if you have a blue or green Digimon or Tamer in its Digivolution, this Digimon may Digivolve into Ancient Grey in your hand for a Digivolution cost 3, ignoring its Digivolution requirements. If Digivolved by this effect, delete this Digimon at the end of turn. So it's just another way of climbing up, and if you have the right memory setup, you know, get Burning Greymon in for 2 on top of the Impmon, the Agunimon Digivolves for 1, that's 3. I mean, this is going to cost you like 6 memory to really set up to do something, just because this is a when Digivolving. It's going to do what it wants to do here, to be honest with you. But outside of that, it's just really decent. The deck is pretty powerful, and it's kind of good to see that Ancient Greymon's going up. Then we have Ancient Garurumon. Why wouldn't I talk about this deck, right? So taking a look here, they're kind of using the Koromon for the draw, plus Mochumon here, who's when one of your red Digimon attacks a player, draw a card. So basically it combos really nicely just to get that added too. It's kind of like a Gigimon kind of play here, the Gigimon combo, which is not terrible. You know, you get the bonus from the Ukus to get that draw in, but all in all, you're not really doing much outside of getting a few draws from these with Mochumon here, but hey, I mean, every draw does count and does something. And then you kind of do the same warp shenanigans with this. If you have a black or purple or tamer, in this Digivolution, you may Digivolve into Ancient Garurumon in your hand for a cost of 3, ignoring its Digivolution requirements, but it gets popped at the end of the turn. This multi-attacks, return one of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest level. When effect adds a card to you or your opponent's hand, your opponent adds a top card of security attack to your stack to their hand, which is really good. You kind of just get that extra damage in for free as you're kind of like multi-attacking-ish. And then you get, when attacking, draw. This Digimon may Digivolve into a card with hybrid traits in your hand with its Digivolution cost reduced by 1. So it all adds up at the end of the day, and you kind of just go from there. But what's really cool is the when attacking skill just lets you Digivolve into Lobomon. So what you kind of want to do is get your Kendo going, swing in, you get to Digivolve into Lobo for free. And then from that free evolution, it'll trigger its when Digivolve to go into Ancient Garurumon, getting in those extra damage hits. And then it self pops and just goes from there. You know, everything adds up eventually, and it's kind of cool to see how that goes. You lose out on the when attacking if you do that combo play, but hey. Then we have Beats the Spirit deck. It's a really interesting one. I don't know how this thing actually fully operates, but you know, Heaven's Judgment with, you know, the big boy here. You know, you have this card here. You know, it's your DNA, so you may play one Digimon card with Nature Spirit traits and a play cost 7 or less from your hand without paying its cost. If DNA, you may play up to 2 Digimon with different colors and Nature Spirit traits with a play cost 7 or less from your hand without paying its cost. When Digivolving, when attacking for the turn, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 7,000 DP for each of your Digimon. That's really scary because of that. When Digivolving, you kind of get effects first. You'll play the guys down and then you combo off with a you know, with your Saber, Leo, Ace, or any of your other lower ends. And then, you know, this thing has on play when Digivolving 2 of your opponent's suspend 2 of your opponent's Digimon, gets 8,000 DP until the end of the turn. Then suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. Then if your opponent has no unsuspended Digimon, unsuspend this Digimon. It allows you to multi-attack with Saber, Leo, Ace. It applies damage, which you wanted to with this deck anyway. So keeping that in mind, the deck does a lot of cool stuff, especially with Eldoradimon here. Who's your blocker on play? Reveal the top 4 cards of your deck. You may play up to a 7 play cost total worth a Digimon with Nature Spirit traits among them without paying its cost. Return the rest of the bottom deck, and end of your turn, once returned, 2 of your Digimon may DNA Digivolve into a card with Nature Spirit traits. So this kind of gets you right into your level 7, which is multicolor, triple color, so your opponent's going to have a good old time with that one. But taking a look, we have Bellastar here, so we'll talk about this a little bit. It's now centralized actually using the 3 trio, which is kind of cool to see. You know, you got Gundramon here that's reveal top 6 cards of your deck. You may use one option with 3 Musketeers among them without paying its cost. Return the rest to the top or bottom of the deck. All turns when your Digimon with 3 Musketeer traits would leave the battle area, then other than by your effects, by trashing one option in this Digivolution card, they do not leave. Then you have Bellastar Ace. On play, when Digivolving, return one option from your trash to hand. You may use one option with 3 Musketeer traits from your hand without paying its cost. When attacking, by trashing one option in its Digivolutions, you may use one option card with 3 Musketeer traits in your hand without paying its cost. So, kind of just cycling through. This one gains a security attack by doing the same thing. They kind of all have that end of your turn, or when attacking relates to by trashing one option to do XYZ. So it's not bad. And then, you know, this one's gonna just, you may use an option with 3 Musketeer traits from your hand without paying its cost and draw cards until you have 6 in hand. Just good, decent value. Bellastar X antibodies, just really solid around, just because it can Digivolve on top of any of your 3 guys, which is really good. But when Digivolving, when attacking by trashing 2 cards with 3 Musketeer traits in this Digivolution cards, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the highest level and trash the top card of their security stack. Kind of free trashing is really solid. Their Blitz basically can when effect trashes this card, de-digivolve. They all have this kind of unique effect when they're trashed. And then ignores color requirements. You have a 3 Musketeer trait. Delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest play cost. Then place this card at the bottom Digivolution of your Digimon with 3 Musketeer traits. Then you have Hurricane Screw Shot. Basically gains a memory if trashed. And then deletes one of your opponent's 3, 4, and 5 Digimon. Then place this card as a bottom Digivolution of one of your 3 Musketeer traits. Then you have Chaos Triangle. Basically gives 3000 DP until the end of opponent's turn. And then when you have a Digimon 3 Musketeer traits, you may ignore color requirements and delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 9000 DP or less for each of your Digimon with 3 Musketeers with different names. Add 3000 DP to the base maximum effect. Then place this card as the bottom Digivolution of one of your Digimon. You know, it's all good. The deck kind of does what it wants to do. And it will have to see what we see for tweaking in the future. I'm kind of excited to see what they kind of do with it. But all in all, guys, that is the video for today. Remember, guys, rewatch this video a couple dozen times. I don't just watch my videos, get the ad revenue up. As long as I make my threshold what I need, which is basically in the next couple days, I hit that. Anything extra is going to be donated to men's mental health. And I'm really excited to try to help that out because I feel like a lot of people nowadays don't respect men's mental health, and I think we kind of overlooked that and overstepped that. I feel like June was men's mental health, and then the LGBTQs got pushed that thought process out. And don't get me wrong, I have no objections on that crowd, but we should be sharing the month. I think men getting overstepped again is not fair, and everybody deserves to have their voice heard. And I feel like we as a society overview that problem. So I think at the end of the day, let's get some money, let's raise something, let's show some support, you know. And guys, if you need somebody to talk to, hit my Discord DMs. I can always take a couple minutes to talk with you, okay? So guys, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you next one. Peace.